Hi, this is Dave from The Brag, and you're watching Bragging Rights, where we murder that FOMO by letting you know everything that Sydney has going on music-related this week. Side note, just to get briefly political, I am wearing Sigur Ros's Not Margaret Court shirt in favour of marriage equality, because this postal plebiscite thing is bullshit. But your voice is an important part of that conversation, and you have to be enrolled to vote in the postal plebiscite, so please go ahead and do that within the next 7 days. Also, it is gonna get nasty, so please take care of each other. Back to business. First up, tonight and tomorrow night, the Metro belongs to New Found Glory. Warm up those sinuses, because it's about to get nasal. They're backed by Stand Atlantic for 2 nights of glorious pop punk in the CBD. And they're not the only folks to sell out multiple nights this week, as Crooked Colours have booked out the Oxford Art Factory for Thursday and Friday night. They're also on the cover of issue 722 of The Brag, which is available now. And hey, they may hail from Perth, but they're locals now, so let's give them a fitting welcome. Thursday night sees Leichhardt Bald-Faced Stag face an onslaught from Slade and Awaken I Am. While people after something a little bit more melancholic can head to the Gaelic Club on Friday night to see folk noir duo Jeff and Depp launch their brand new album. They're supported by Obscura Hale, by the way, who is just utterly fucking enchanting, so don't be a dunce. Go see him do his thing. Now, Saturday night sees you having to make a pretty difficult choice. You're either going to dip into the Oxford Art Factory to see the reimagined Husky launching their new material, or head to the Metro to see 21-year-old Fantastic Wreck Montaigne. Her words, not mine, I think she's awesome. But staying in is not an option. Marlowe will also be tearing up the decks on Saturday night at the Hordern Pavilion, and Sunday promises a pleasant come down for the week, with Edith Piaf and friends performing at the Camelot Lounge. If you're still hungry for more, then head to thebrag.com/gigs for all the info on this week and beyond. And if you think we've missed anything, you can now submit your gig directly to the site, or just send the details as usual to gigguide@7thstreet.media. Now, if you've picked up the magazine this week, you may have noticed a few changes in the layout. For example, no live reviews. Don't worry, we're still putting those up on the website, so visit thebrag.com for all of the latest information on gigs happening in Sydney. Or you can follow us on our social media for minute-to-minute updates. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Oh, and this issue of The Brag has a sensational Gang of Youths competition in tandem with the long-form interview that we did with the band, and also with Jen Clower, so make sure you grab yourself a copy. That's it for this week. I've been David Malloy, and if you've never made enemies, then you've never stood for anything.